Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's edition of Smackdown. And of course, this is night 2, probably last night of the Superstar ShakeUp. Last night's Raw was night 1, and I thought tonight's Smackdown, thought it was a decent, pretty good show. My opinion of the whole Superstar shakeup was pretty disappointing to me, in my opinion. Though, uh, like I said, I thought tonight's SmackDown was a decently good show. A lot of stuff that that I liked. Some of the superstars that came from Raw to SmackDown, like some, I'm like, on some of them though, but. Let's get to the review. This SmackDown was at the TD Garden in Boston tonight. The show opened with, surprisingly, a superstar from Raw has come to SmackDown, and that is Kevin Owens. And I was really shocked really shocked when his music hit. I was like, whoa, Kevin Owens is now on SmackDown? It's awesome. And, he comes out saying that, SmackDown just got a huge upgrade, and, SmackDown is the new Kevin Owens show. He goes on to talk about, saying Canada is much better than the United States, and that, Canadians make much more money than the US. He goes on to say that if anybody has a problem, they should come to the ring, and he says that, he could beat the hell out of anyone in the SmackDown locker room. That he's going to be the new face of America. And he came out, like with a haircut, all shaved, so different look for Kevin Owens. And then Baron Corbin ends up coming out saying that, that Owens can't beat him up. And, he goes on to say that, he has a championship match, he still has, a match to fight for a championship. And he goes on to say that he's going to beat Owens and take the United States title away from him. And then Owens calls Baron Corbin delusional, and that Baron does not deserve a shot at the U.S. title. And then out comes Sami Zayn, who is now part of the SmackDown roster. And Kevin Owens was just in shock, like, what? He's here? Oh man, that's how shocked, his face was. He's like, oh man, Sami followed him to SmackDown also. And so Sami Zayn comes out, says that he's finally on SmackDown. Well, we all kind of called it because, months ago he was like, they were all like, oh, Sami should go to SmackDown. He'll get, treated much better on the SmackDown roster. And, the rumors were true about him going to SmackDown, and he goes on to say that Baron Corbin says that nobody cares about Sami being on SmackDown, and then out comes AJ Styles. He says that it's not about Owens, Corbin, and Sami. It's all about he goes on to say this is SmackDown, the show that he built. And so Daniel Bryan ends up coming out saying that, Daniel Bryan makes a match tonight, and it's a #1 Contenders match, and the winner will face, whoever wins the U.S. title at Payback. It could be Owens, it could be Jericho. So the superstar who wins the match tonight, they will get to face whoever is the U.S. champion after Payback. And so it was Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin versus AJ Styles. So, but it was a pretty good segment. Shockingly, seeing Kevin Owens come up to SmackDown from Raw. Pretty predictable that we all knew Sami Zayn was going to come to SmackDown. So, but it was a pretty good segment. And then the first match was Randy Orton versus Erik Rowan. This was a decent match. A lot of back and forth action. Uh, you know, good wrestling from Orton and Eric Rowan. Uh, Going really good. And then during the match, you had like almost at the end of the match, you had Bray Wyatt appear on the Titantron, saying to Randy that their paths will cross again, and that Bray will see Orton again in the House of Horrors match. So, and then he goes off the Titantron. Eric Rowan hits Randy Orton with the steel steps, and it causes Orton to win the match by disqualification. Then after that, just Eric Rowan just takes out Randy Orton. So, but all in all, it was a decent match. Then the next match was the Usos versus American Alpha for the Smackdown Tag Team titles, the rematch. And this was a good match, really enjoyable. Really enjoyed the Usos and American Alpha here. They're good. They're a good tag team. They're a good tag team, in the tag team division. So, but the Usos got the win. They still retained the SmackDown tag team titles, and in the almost at the end of the match, we kind of thought that American Alpha had the victory because the ref was counting, and I thought it was a 3 count, but it really was a 2 count, which a lot of people thought it was a 3 count though. But the Usos won the match. They still retain the SmackDown tag team titles. Then after the match, the ShakeUp. This is one of the 2 things I didn't like about this ShakeUp. And then I'm gonna go to the one for the women's division when I get to that. But after the match, Primo and Epico come out and they end up taking out American Alpha. I'm like, yay! Primo and Epico are on the SmackDown brand. Yay! Ugh. No, yay! A bunch of these 2 jobbers. They haven't won a match ever since they repackaged their gimmick. After their Lost Shit the Doras gimmick failed. So, but yeah, we get to see more of these jobbers losing matches on SmackDown. Yay! And you think it's it goes from good right there. Nope. Next match, Mojo Rawley versus another person who is brought up to the SmackDown brand, Jinder Mahal. So we get Primo and Epico and Jinder Mahal. Yay! No, this is shit. This is the worst decisions that they made, in my opinion. So next match was Mojo Rawley versus Jinder Mahal, and you know how this match is gonna go. You know how this match goes. Mojo Rawley won the match because he had help from the guy from the Patriots, that Rob Growinski, who was at WrestleMania. He took out Jinder Mahal in the match at WrestleMania and gave Mojo Rawley the win in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. And so Rob Growinski was in the crowd. Jinder Mahal was outside. Was near the commentators table. And then, Jinder Mahal was staring at Rob Growinski. Rob Growinski throws beer in Jinder Mahal's face, and gives Mojo Rawley the win. So yay, we're gonna get to see Jinder Mahal keep jobbing on SmackDown. I don't know why Primo and Epico and Jinder Mahal are on the main roster. Like I said last night, they deserve to be in main event or on Superstars. They shouldn't even be on the main roster because they're all jobbers. So yeah, Mojo Rawley, Jinder Mahal, you know how it goes though. was decent, but still. And then after that, Shane McMahon comes out, to introduce the new SmackDown superstars who are going to be on the SmackDown Women's Division, who are coming from Raw. So Shane comes out thanking Boston for the love, and he thanks all the SmackDown superstars that went to Raw. He ends up saying those are the stars that made SmackDown the land of opportunity, and he introduces the of course, the newest women's superstars, to join the SmackDown Women's Division. And, to do that, he brings out all the SmackDown Women's superstars. And, Shane congrats Naomi on winning the SmackDown title at WrestleMania. James Ellsworth says that nobody cares that Naomi won the title. And he goes on to say everyone watches SmackDown for Carmella. And then we get to Shane introducing the newest women superstars to join the SmackDown Women's Division. The first superstar that comes out, she's been gone for a while. Shane introduces Tamina to be, the first woman superstar to be on the SmackDown Women's Division. And what was funny is nobody even cared. I don't think nobody in the crowd even cared that, she's back. So, and then he introduces the last superstar to join the SmackDown Women's Division, and it is Charlotte. And that's really cool. A lot of people said, the rumors were true, saying that Charlotte's going to be on SmackDown in the SmackDown Women's Division. So, glad that Charlotte's on the SmackDown Women's Division. She's done everything on Raw. She we'll see, took on every woman superstar on the Raw Women's Division. So, and then after that, they announced the more superstars that are coming to the SmackDown brand at the SmackDown roster. The first one is Sin Cara, and the second one is Rusev, which I'll get to what happens to Lana in a few. So those are the two superstars that were also announced to come up from Raw to SmackDown. And then we had the next match, Aiden English versus Ty Dillinger, 10. So, Aiden English was in the ring. Of course, Aiden English, he was with Simon Gotch, as a tag team, the Vaudevillains. But Simon Gotch got released, and so now it's only Aiden English. And he's going back to his old gimmick before the Vaudevillains, when he was still in NXT. He's in the ring, he has a spotlight on him, and he ends up singing, which was pretty terrible. And then he gets interrupted by Ty Dillinger, and that's what sets off the match. And this match was really enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. Ty Dillinger made this match really cool. The crowd is behind him, just chanting 10, 10, 10. This is why the crowd always chants 10 when the refs, are counting, when like somebody's, when both men are down. The crowd, the ref just goes 1, and then the crowd just goes 10, which is funny though. But Ty Dillinger ends up getting the win with the tiebreaker on Aiden English. So, but all in all, it was a very enjoyable match, thanks to Ty Dillinger. And then when SmackDown came back from the commercial, we see a Lana promo, and they're saying that Lana is coming soon to SmackDown. So we're gonna end up seeing Lana in in-ring action, because there was talks about her months back, her training in the WWE Performance Center. So really, we'll enjoy seeing what Lana's in ring action. So hope it's pretty good. So that's why they didn't show her, when they said that Rusev was, coming up to the SmackDown roster. It would show, it didn't say Lana and Rusev. It just said, Rusev. So, but that's pretty cool. Lana, probably going to be in ring action. See how that goes. And then after that, after the Lana promo, we see Dolph Ziggler is in the ring, and he talks about the Superstar ShakeUp. He says that he's staying on SmackDown, saying how the show, he built the show, and he talks about the stars that came to SmackDown in the Superstar ShakeUp, just trash talking. And then Shinsuke Nakamura comes out. The whole crowd is, singing along to his theme song, which is really awesome. And then Dolph says, he doesn't know who he is, and Dolph was like, who are you? Who do you think you are? And then it was just a very long, pause. You just heard the crowd just chanting Shinsuke, and then just, singing his theme song. And then Shinsuke takes the mic, and Dolph, Shinsuke says, to Dolph, do you want to know who I am? And he says he's Shinsuke Nakamura. And then Dolph goes to kick Nakamura, but Nakamura stops Dolph from doing it. And then Shinsuke starts to get fired up. Dolph says, does he want to go right now? To bring it on. And then Nakamura keeps on getting fired up, and then Dolph just ends up leaving the ring. So, and only Shinsuke is in the ring, and this is probably going to set up Dolph versus Shinsuke, which could be which could be awesome, could be a good match between the both of them. Think it will be a cool match. Then after that, we see another shake-up. Superstars coming to the SmackDown roster from Raw, and it is the New Day, which kind of sucks because we're not going to see a longer feud between them and the Revival. So, but I'm happy that New Day has come up to the SmackDown roster. I was expecting Gallows or Anderson to come up, or Enzo and Big Cass. And, what do we get for that? We get Primo and Epico. Instead of them, we should have got, like I said, Gallows and Anderson, or Enzo and Big Cass. But yeah, we end up getting fucking boring Primo and Epico. So then after that, it was the New Day promo was the main event. The number one contenders match for the to face for the U.S. title. It was AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin. And this was a really good main event. This was an awesome main event. This felt like a match you would see on a pay-per-view. That's how good this match was. You had Baron Corbin at one point give a really crazy clothesline to AJ Styles. And you had Styles doing the 450 splash onto Baron Corbin, which was awesome. But, in the end, AJ Styles got the win with the phenomenal forearm to Sami Zayn. And AJ Styles is the number one contender for the U.S. title for whoever wins at Payback. It could be Kevin Owens or Chris Jericho. So it would be really cool to see AJ Styles win the U.S. title, because I think that would be really awesome. But if it was Owens and Styles, it would be good. Because AJ and Jericho already went at it last year. We've seen them go We've seen them go last year a couple of times. So yeah, if AJ were to win the U.S. title, in my opinion, it should be AJ versus Kevin Owens for the U.S. title. So that's in my opinion, though, who I want to see. Who, I want to see both of them go at it. So, but all in all, it was a good main event. It was pay-per-view quality. The match was pay-per-view quality. It was just a really good match. I really, really enjoyed it. So, yeah. So, anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of SmackDown. Thank you all for watching, and until next video, I'll see you all later.